Hey, welcome back to another episode of Motivational Monday. And today we're talking about celebrating those small wins. Every step counts. And we talk about this a lot, don't we? We talk about, and I think it's a constant reminder to myself why I need to make sure I am doing this. And that's probably why I am doing this talk to you again, is to remind myself we really need to celebrate those small wins. And we need to eat every tiny step, every micro step is a celebration, and every step counts. Even if it's a step slightly backwards, but we've learned something, that step absolutely counts. There's power in these small wins. Small wins are the building blocks of success. They might seem insignificant at first, but they add up to create a big change. You do 15 minutes a day, and after a couple of days, you've done an hour's worth of work. So, that little micro step, those small steps, really do help you make progress. They don't have to be huge leaps, they don't have to be giant steps. Just consistent small steps pave the way to major breakthroughs. Every time you celebrate a small victory, guess what happens? You continue to reinforce that positive mindset. It helps you build confidence and keeps you motivated and makes the journey to your bigger goals feel more manageable. Think of small wins like putting coins in a jar. Over time, they accumulate into something valuable. At first, it's like, yeah, there's just the change that I'm gathering at the bottom of my purse. But after a while, you've got something significant there. And that's what these small steps and these small wins every day are. When you recognize and celebrate these small wins, you're training your brain to focus on progress rather than perfection. Remember, we say this all the time, good enough is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that shift in your mindset can be absolutely game changing for overcoming the setbacks that we're going to have and staying resilient. One of the things that I worked on over the weekend was updating content. You're going to see lots of new content over on the website from 9tothrive.com. But head over there, grab some of that new content. But even though I did a lot over the weekend, I didn't complete everything that I thought I should have. And I was starting to feel a little, I didn't hit what I wanted to do. But then I had to stop and go, no, Michele, you did a lot. You did a lot of micro steps and you took one step further. You're farther ahead than you were on Friday. And that's what matters. These small steps, these micro wins, they help you build momentum. A train is so much easier to go once it starts to get going, but once it stops, it takes a lot to get it going again. So we want to make sure that we don't lose that momentum. That's why these small steps, these small wins, I'm going to keep saying small step and small win, to me are the same thing. You'd have a small win. You've learned something. You've moved forward. That's a small step, a small win. And that's keeping you going forward and creating that momentum. So each of these small steps and these small wins are like a spark that ignites further progress. They remind you that you're moving forward even when that journey feels long. And it's going to feel long some days, but every day you're doing something. You want to make sure you're in that growth mindset and that it's essential for entrepreneurs to have that in their head that I am doing good things and this is where I'm going. Again, back to that why. Why do I get up every day and why do I do this? Imagine that you've been working on your business plan for months. It feels like, or you actually have been, and you've ended up only completing maybe one or two sections. But every day you're working on the other sections because you need to find out more information or you need to test some product or you need to do some market research. It's not something that you're going to complete overnight, but every day you're working on it and eventually you're going to have it done. And then you can look back and go, I did that. That's what I did. Every day, those small micro steps. Or think about a personal habit that you're trying to do. This month, my goal is to drink more water. And every time I have a glass of water, I look back and go, I moved forward. I did something good. I'm making that small step. I did what I said I was going to do. I'm holding myself accountable and I'm doing that small little happy dance because I am drinking more water, consciously doing that. So I've seen so many of you that I've worked with that get frustrated. I'm not moving fast enough. It doesn't feel like there's anything happening. And what I remind them to do is look back. Don't stay there. I just want you to look back and say, oh, that's where I started from. Look where I am today. Look at all the stuff I now know. So you are moving forward. It just doesn't feel like it because every day you're doing something and it's not big leaps. Every couple of days you're doing something every day. And sometimes it's hard to see the progress that you're making. It's like when you start a new health routine and a new workout. They have you take those photos when you begin because every day you're doing something and you may not notice the progress that you're making until the very end. And then you look back at your photos and you go, oh, wow, look. You may not see it all on the scale, but man, my clothes fit different. I have more endurance. I can lift more weights, whatever that is. It's those small steps, those small micro wins. How are we going to be able to track these? What are some tips so that we can continue to celebrate these wins? Here's tip number one. Keep a wins journal. Every day, write down in a journal that you have dedicated for your wins, something that you did, something that was fabulous, something that you checked off your to-do list, something that you can say was, wow, today, this is what I did. But you have to do that every day. It can't be just here and there that you find these. Every day I want you to look for those wins. Step number two, share your wins. Don't keep them to yourself. Tell the world, everybody, what you're doing and how small, and even if it's just a small little thing, what you did. By getting it outside, by telling it and saying it out loud, it's that much more real. And you're reinforcing that positivity into your brain. Reward yourself. Here's tip number three. Reward yourself. Go buy a cup of coffee. Go have an ice cream. Go treat yourself for something that gives you spark. Go buy go buy a new packet of pens. Something that really ignites you. Go do that. And so that you can reward yourself, and that's that constant positive reinforcement. How do we train our dogs? Positive reinforcement. We give them treats and then they learn to sit and stay and do all of that. We're no different. We need to be positively reinforced. And then again, I want you to reflect on your progress and not perfection. We get stuck in it has to be perfect before I'll release it. Good enough is good enough. You can build on good enough because I'm telling you, it will never be perfect. Just move forward. You are making forward progress. Celebrate that. Look back on all the things that you've learned. Look back and say, I have done that. Now I want to hear from you. What are the small wins and those small steps that you've been taking last week, over the weekend, today, tomorrow? Let me know. Loop me in. Tell me what you've been doing and say, hey, Michele, these are the things that I have been doing and I am so proud. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I will be proud of you too. Join our Facebook group. Celebrate. We're going to have conversations over there. And I think that's the community that is really going to help support you and get you on the right path and keep you there. Today, we talked about celebrating small wins and how these small wins build momentum, boost our confidence, and transforms our journey from absolutely being overwhelming to achievable. I've got this. I can do this. I can do 15 minutes a day. You bet. I want you to keep recognizing every step forward, no matter how small, is a step forward. Your journey is unique to you, and every win is a testament to your hard work and your dedication to what you're trying to do. And we're here to support that. I am here to help and encourage you. I want you to head over to from9to thrive.com. Over there, there are tips and strategies to help you on your journey to escape the 9 to 5. There's also information about our travels and where we spend time when we're exploring the world outside of business. And I want you to just think about things in a different perspective today. Celebrate those wins. Think about the possibilities because it is absolutely a Monday reset. We talk about that as well. It is a Monday reset. Let's go get this. You've got it. You guys keep thriving. We'll talk to you later.